folks? It's RFG back at it today. I'm back. I'm back to shatter paradigms, okay, and to bring this information to the forefront. Very, very important information here, okay. This is going to completely debunk any mainstream science. It's going to completely debunk, people who believe in the Bible, 100%. It's going to completely debunk their paradigm, okay? Because mainstream science wants us to believe that the brain, okay, is the real seat of our soul. You see, they want us to believe that our brain and our third dimensional consciousness, okay, is tied to the seat of our soul, okay? And I'm here to tell you guys that couldn't be anything further from the truth, okay? The pineal gland is a tool for us to tap into and communicate, okay, with other entities on higher dimensional realms. You see what I'm saying? The pineal gland is a tool for communication between the third dimension, the fourth dimension, and the fifth dimension, okay? But it is not the true seat of the soul. And I'm going to be proving that without a doubt in this lecture. So just stay tuned and listen very carefully, okay? So this article right here, okay, it comes from the HMI Institute, heartmath.org. And they are making a claim here after their studies. And their claim, okay, from what they've studied, is that the heart is about 100,000 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Let me repeat that. The heart is 100,000 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Okay? So when we talk about electromagnetic frequencies, everything in this universe is tied to electromagnetics. Okay? You can't escape that. That is what it's all about in this, in this universe. Electromagnetism. So if you're talking about electromagnetic strength, the heart is 100,000 times stronger electrically than the brain, and the heart is 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Okay? Also, when we look at these symbols here for our chakras, okay? Some people are 7 chakra humans. Some people are 9 chakra humans. Others are 11 chakra humans. And you have your 13 chakra humans. Okay? So these are just the basic chakras, okay, that are shown by the mainstream. You have the solar plexus right here. Okay? Here is the official emblem for the solar plex chakra. Okay? Pay very close attention. Pay very close attention to how it looks. Okay, this right here is the sacral chakra. Okay, pay very close attention how it looks, and look at the official symbols for the sacral chakra. Okay, this is the symbol for the root chakra. Okay, pay attention to these symbols, what you see for the root chakra. Okay, this is the throat chakra. Okay, look at the symbols. Look at the official symbols here. We see the crown chakra, symbol for the crown chakra. So now let's go to the heart chakra. Now, what's so significant about the heart chakra symbol? The heart chakra symbol is the only chakra symbol with the full Merkaba on its symbol. Okay? The heart chakra is the only chakra with the full Merkaba spectrum, okay? The two counter-rotating fields of light, okay, rotating around each other to create two vortexes, you see, interlocking, creating the Merkaba field. That's shown by the depiction of the heart chakra symbol. You know why? The heart chakra is the energy force that binds both fields of light that are rotating around each other, okay? That are interlocking. The heart chakra is what interlocks the counter rotating fields of light around us, which are our aura field, which is our Merkaba, okay? The heart chakra is the battery charger of the Merkaba. The heart chakra is the mind of the soul. Let me repeat. The heart chakra is the mind, is the true mind of the soul. The pineal gland is just a communication mechanism for humans on the earth to communicate with higher deities in the fourth and fifth dimensional realms. That's what the pineal gland is for. Okay? The heart chakra is the true mind of the soul, and it is the battery charger, okay, of our electromagnetic energy, of our electromagnetic force field of existence. We are our heart, okay? We are not our mind. Everybody has to deprogram themselves and get this information in their mind and grasp it completely. You are not your mind. You are your heart, okay? I know that's a lot to take in. I know it's a lot to take in, but God damn it, it's the truth. Okay? The heart chakra is the only chakra symbol with the full Merkaba image inside of it. You know why? Because the heart chakra is what binds both polarities of your existence, both positive and negative waves of energy, rotating fields of energy that come together, okay, to form our essence, to form our physical existence, okay, to form our complete existence in this third dimensional realm. The heart chakra is what binds this Merkaba. You see, the pyramid going up is our spiritual and mental aspect of existence. This pyramid going up is the spiritual and mental aspect of existence, okay? And then the electromagnetic field spiraling down is our physical and emotional existence, okay? And they both interlock. When our soul descends onto this earth's surface, okay? And you know, we are birthed out of our mother's wombs. This is what happens. The heart chakra binds the emotional and mental, okay, form of existence with the spiritual, okay, and physical existence. So this pyramid up here is the mental and spiritual existence, and this counter rotating field right here that's going down, that's the mental and emotional aspect of our existence. And our heart chakra binds these two vortexes after every child is born. After every child is born on this earth. Okay? And this is our heart chakra. This is coming from the electromagnetic power of our heart chakra. Okay? I have to explain it, you see what I'm saying, in detail as much as possible because I don't want anybody to be confused. Okay? And I'm going to be breaking this down. Okay, so like I said, the heart chakra is the battery charger of our entire Merkaba, okay? Our spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional existence on this earth. When we were born, when our souls, okay, when our souls were projected into our mother's womb through a stargate, okay, you have two counter-rotating fields of light, fields of electromagnetic energy. The one spiraling up is the mental, spiritual aspect of existence. The one spiraling down is the physical and emotional aspects of existence. And what powers that? Okay, is our heart chakra. Our heart chakra binds the positive with the negative. The heart chakra binds the higher self with the lower self. That's why the heart chakra was used on the scale, because the heart chakra is the scale of our higher self and our lower self. So if we're more tapped into our higher self on this earth, you see what I'm saying? We're going to be lighthearted. If we're more tapped into our lower self on this earth, we're going to be more heavy-hearted, because the heart is the scale. You see, the heart chakra is the scale, people. Man, ladies and gentlemen, this is why that all the hearts after mummification, all the hearts had to be taken out of the mummies. Oh, no. Sorry about that. It's the opposite. All the organs had to be taken out of the mummies except for the heart. Because the heart was the great balancer of our higher self and our lower self. Okay? It was the great balancer. You see, the heart chakra. It was the great balancer of our Merkaba. It's where our higher self and our lower self met. And if we were more tuned in with our higher self, we would be more lighthearted. If we were more tuned in with our lower self, we would be more heavy-hearted. So just by our earthly actions, just by our choices, we would weigh ourselves down for reincarnation. The lighthearted who are more tuned in with their higher self, their heart chakra would be magnetized to a stargate on this earth, okay? Which would cause us to escape the Van Allen belt over the earth, okay? So the heart is the scale of the soul, okay? The heart is the scale of the soul. This is why our ancestors were mummified, okay? And then, you have pictures of Anubis. Let's see if I could get these pictures of Anubis up and running. Yeah, right here. Anubis, okay, god of mummification. This is why mummification was so important. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our loved ones, when they are deceased, they are supposed to be mummified. This is why every single culture all over the earth practiced mummification. It didn't even matter what quote-unquote race. Every group of people practiced mummification. Okay? And most of them did it the same way. All the organs were taken out of the body except for the heart. The heart was the great weigher, was the great scale of the soul, the great weigher of the soul. It was what binded our higher self with our lower self. It was the battery charger, okay, of both electromagnetic vortexes that create our Merkaba, okay? Our heart chakra is the battery charger and the binder of our higher self and our lower self, okay? Very, very, very deep information here. And I'm about to put the official nail in the coffin, okay? For everybody on this bullshit, you know what I'm saying, talking about the pineal gland is the seat of the soul. I used to think that as well. That is not the truth. The pineal gland is a communication tool with higher deities in the fourth and fifth dimensions. Okay? I'm not saying that the brain is not important. I'm not saying that the pineal gland is not important. Yes, they are. But when it comes to the grand scheme of things, okay, the heart chakra is the complete battery charger of the soul's essence. The heart chakra is what travels through the cosmos, and our heart chakra is our soul's true mind. It is the true mind of the soul. It is the true brain of the soul. We have three brains: our sacral, chakras, our heart chakra, okay? And then our pineal gland, okay? 3 different brains. So you have one brain, which is in our head, that's made up of gray matter. Then we have the brain that's in, our sacral chakra, which is our intestines. That's why the intestines are made out of the same gray matter as the brain, because they're both third dimensional. They both operate on a mostly third dimensional frequency. Okay? The heart has 4 chambers. That's for a reason. Okay? Your good book talks about 4 major corners of the earth, which represent 4 stargates on the earth. 4 major stargates on the earth. Okay? That's why we have 4 chambers in our heart. And this is going to prove, without a doubt, that the heart is our true soul's identity, our true soul's consciousness, because this right here proves that heart transfer is soul transfer. These are true instances, true situations that popped off in real life that are documented, that you can research yourself, okay? Where individuals underwent heart transplants and they became the person that they got a new heart from, okay? They became that person, okay? Think it's bullshit? Here you go.
Black male student who was a victim of a drive-by shooting. The recipient was a 47-year-old white male foundry worker diagnosed with narrowing of the heart valves. The donor was walking to his violin class when he was hit. Nobody knows where the bullet came from, but he died almost instantly on the street, hugging his violin case. He loved playing classical music, and his teacher said he was a natural talent with a violin. Even if other kids always made fun of the music he liked, he wasn't the typical black kid into rap and hip-hop. The recipient said that whilst he was sad that someone had died to give him a new heart, he had trouble with the fact that the donor was black. He said he wasn't a racist and that most of his work friends were black, but it didn't feel right that a white man had a black man's heart in his chest. Before the operation, he said he hated classical music, but since the transplant, he now loves it and it made him feel calm. But he said it couldn't be anything to do with the heart because a black guy from a hood wouldn't be into that sort of music. His wife also said that after the transplant, he invited his black co-workers over to his house for the first time. And now he doesn't see their colour anymore. She also said one more thing. He's driving me nuts with the classical music. He doesn't know any of the names of the pieces and he never ever listened to it before. But now he sits and listens to it for hours. He even whistles classical music pieces that he could never know. How does he know them? You'd think that he'd like rap music or something because he's got a black guy's heart in his chest. Case number 2. Here the donor was an 18-year-old boy killed in a car accident. The recipient was an 18-year-old girl diagnosed with a rare and potentially fatal type of heart infection, which was believed to have been contracted after a dentist visit. The donor loved to write poetry and music. After he died, his parents waited over a year before cleaning out his room. It was then they found a book of poems that he'd never shown them. In one of the poems, he spoke of seeing his own death, and he wrote a song titled "Danny, My Heart Is Yours," in which he felt that he was going to die and leave his heart to someone. Being strong-willed, he decided to donate his organs when he was just 12 years old. His parents thought they must have been talking about it at school, so they were not too alarmed at the time. When the donor's parents met the recipient, they showed her the pictures of her son. The girl said she knew him directly. She could pick him out anywhere. She could also finish the phrases of his songs he wrote, and also her name was Danny, the same as in the title of the song he wrote. Before she was ill, the donor said that she couldn't play a musical instrument and had no interest in music. She was also a wild child and a bit of a hellraiser according to her mother. Although after the transplant, she became much calmer. Even though she said she felt she had more energy than before, she began to love music and also took up the guitar and singing, just like the donor of her new heart. Case number 3. The donor here was a 14-year-old girl who died in a gymnastics accident. The recipient was a 47-year-old man diagnosed with benign heart tumour and chronic heart disease. The donor's mother said that her daughter had been a picture of health. There wasn't an ounce of fat on her. She was so excited about life that she would just hop and jump around like a little kitten. She did have some trouble with food though. She would skip meals, and for a while she was eating, she would then go and throw it up. Her mother also said that she had this silly little giggle when she got embarrassed. The recipient of the new heart said he felt new again. He felt like a teenager. He felt giddy with the energy of the new heart, not only physically but also mentally. He felt just really young at heart. He also said that he'd developed an annoying tendency to giggle a lot, which drove his wife mad. There was also something about food. He didn't know why, but he said that when he got hungry, he would then eat, but then often feel nauseated and felt like he wanted to throw it up, something which he'd never wanted to do before. The recipient's brother said he acts like a teenager. He's like a kid, even when we're bowling. He yells and jumps around like a fool. He's also got this weird laugh now. It's a girl's laugh, and when we tell him about it, he just doesn't care. His appetite also hasn't returned to what it was before the surgery. He feels nauseated all the time, and after a Thanksgiving dinner which he really loved, he then went upstairs and vomited it up. He went back to the hospital, but they say that it wasn't anything to do with his new heart. Or was it? Case number 4. Here, the donor was a 34-year-old police officer who was shot attempting to arrest a drug dealer. The recipient was a 56-year-old college professor who was diagnosed with chronic heart disease. After the transplant, the wife of the donor met the recipient and they discussed how he was recovering. He offhandedly said that the only real side effect of the surgery were the flashes of light in his face. This was something that got her attention because her husband had been shot in the face at close range. The last thing that he would have seen was the flash of the gunfire. They never caught the shooter, but they did have an idea of who he was, and she had seen an artist's impression of him. The suspect had long hair, deep eyes, a beard, and a really calm look about him, the sort of look you see in some of the pictures of Jesus. The recipient then said that there was only one thing he knew about the donor, and that he was a very healthy 34-year-old. But then he said, "There is something else, but I haven't told any of my doctors. I've only told my wife." He said a few weeks after he got his heart, he began to have dreams. He would see a flash of light right in his face, and then his face would get really, really hot. It felt like it was burning. Just before that happened, he would often get a glimpse of Jesus. He said he continued to have these dreams and now has daydreams about the same thing over and over again. Jesus, then a flash of white light. He said he'd spoken to the doctors about seeing the white light, but he hadn't said anything about seeing Jesus. Case number 5. The donor was a 19-year-old woman killed in an automobile accident, and the recipient was a 29-year-old lesbian woman diagnosed with chronic heart disease. The donor's mother said that her daughter had been the most loving girl. She owned and operated her own health food restaurant and was always getting on to her about not being a vegetarian. She was a great kid, wild but great. She was into free loving, and she had a different man in her life every couple of months. While she was in hospital and just before she died, she wrote some notes to her mother. She was so out of it, but she kept saying that she could feel the impact of the car hitting her. She said she could feel the car going through her body. The recipient said that since the transplant, a couple of things had happened to her. Almost every night, she said she could feel the impact of the accident the donor had hitting her chest, even though the doctors could find nothing wrong. Secondly, she now hates meat. She used to be McDonald's biggest moneymaker, and now she said it makes her want to throw up. There was also something more, and that she was now engaged to be married even though she was gay before. She is now not attracted to women anymore, and added that she has absolutely no desire to be with a woman now. She says, "I think I've had a gender transplant as well as a heart transplant."
Well, that about wraps that section of the video up, okay? Heart transfer is soul transfer. Plain and simple, okay? Those 5 cases are more than likely, only about 2% of all the cases all over the world, okay? And you see, this all makes sense now, because when we look at the underground organ harvesting and organ trafficking business that's going on, okay, what is the most valued commodity that's being sold and being snatched from people? It is the heart, okay? It is the heart. These are all the average prices of most of the human organs. Okay. And the most expensive organ is the heart, ladies and gents. Are you kidding me? $1.4 million. Okay. Most expensive. I believe it's more expensive than the brain as well. Okay. Very, very deep information here. Very, very, very deep information, man. And this is why you have movies like, the Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th movies. I believe this was called Jason Lives. This was the scene where a melanated man basically ate Jason Voorhees' heart, and this melanated man became Jason Voorhees. Let me repeat. This melanated man ate the heart of Jason Voorhees and became Jason Voorhees. That's symbology right there, right in front of our faces. That heart transplant, okay, is the same thing as soul transplant. This is why you have movies like Child's Play, okay, where Charles Lee Ray has to transfer his heart chakra into the good guy doll, into the Chucky doll, okay? Out of all the chakras he has to transplant over, it has to be the heart chakra. And he uses the amulet of Damballa. The amulet of Damballa has a ruby stone. The ruby stone vibrates on the same frequency as the heart chakra. This is why the only way to kill Chucky in the Child's Play movie was to destroy his heart. The only way to kill Chucky in all the Child's Play movies was to destroy his heart, the real seat of his soul, the real mind of his soul's essence, the binder of his electromagnetic forces, okay, that created his Merkaba. They had to attack his heart chakra. Okay, the heart chakra is the seat of the soul. That's why it was left in the body after mummification. Okay, they threw the brain out like it was some kind of trash, like it was just trash. Okay, because the heart chakra is what's going to allow our essence, our Merkaba, to be magnetized to a Stargate location on this earth. So if we are more in tune with our higher self, that's going to give us a lighter heart chakra. If we're more in tune to worldly things, the earthly things, and things, that cause us to be so emotionally attached to this matrix, we're going to be very heavy-hearted. And once again, that's why when we look at the Merkaba, you see right here you have the lower self and the higher self. In alchemy, I want everybody to go look up the alchemy symbols, the triangle symbols for the alchemy symbols. The triangle going down, okay, one of them is the emotional aspect of our existence. The other one going down is the physical aspect of our existence. You see? So if we're so connected with this physical and emotional aspect of existence, that's going to weigh our heart down. See? That's going to weigh our heart down. But when we tap into our mental and our spiritual essence of existence, which is our vortex field rotating up, spiraling up, rotating up. You see what I'm saying? That's going to give us more of a light heart. That's going to give us more of a light heart. You see, the heart is in the middle. The heart weighs. The heart weighs the soul. It weighs the Merkaba. You see? It all goes back to the heart. That's why the heart is right in the middle. It's what binds these two counter rotating fields of electromagnetic energy. The heart binds that. You see? It's very, very, very mind-blowing information, but it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So if you study the alchemy triangle symbols, the two triangles going up for the alchemy symbols are the mental aspect of existence, and then the spiritual aspect of existence. Those are the two triangles pointing up for the alchemy symbols. Go look it up for yourself. Okay? So everything that I'm saying makes perfect sense. Okay? This is why there's a military naval base right outside of Bermuda. Okay? I believe there's other ones that are further south towards Cuba. Okay, they have certain locations around the Bermuda Triangle blocked off. Okay, with Navy ships, because they know what this area of the earth, what it's used for, why it's so significant. New souls are shot through a stargate, through the sun, okay, through this Bermuda Triangle, and it sends new souls into this earthly realm. Light souls with light hearts, okay, go the opposite direction through this stargate, through the sun, back to Sirius. Okay, that's why most of the stargate locations are blocked off by military bases over this earth. Okay, you got the Dragon's Triangle, same thing. Okay, they got the military bases blocking this off as well. Okay, a lot of things go missing. Many things go missing over these areas, over these restricted areas, because it is a gap. It is an electromagnetic vortex field, okay, which creates a gap between space-time, okay, if you really want to call it that, okay. That's just the mainstream term for it, okay. It is a portal. It is an electromagnetic portal from one location of the galaxy to the next location of the galaxy. Right here, the heart has to be lighter than a feather. The heart, Anubis weighing the heart. Anubis weighing the heart. You see, the heart is the great scale. The heart is the great scale of the soul, ladies and gentlemen. It's the great scale. It's what binds our higher self and our lower self. It's the great scale. To basically, what it does is it takes in information from our higher self and our lower self. And depending on which side we're more tapped into, we're either going to have a light heart or a heavy heart. Okay. And the heart is the detector of that. Okay. The heart is the judger of that. The heart is the great scale of the soul, the true mind of the soul's essence. Okay. Not a game. This is why mummification was practiced all over the world. Also, Anubis was the god of mummification. Okay. Because Anubis was the son of Osiris. And Osiris, you see what I'm saying, is the god of this galaxy, the god over this galaxy, who was supposed to be the rightful god over this galaxy before Set, aka Ogo, took it over. You see what I'm saying? It belonged to Osiris. And the son of Osiris is Anubis. Okay? Both Osiris and Anubis are supposed to guide the individuals who move on from the third dimensional realm over to the fifth dimensional realm. They're supposed to guide souls to the center of the galaxy. Osiris and Anubis are supposed to guide souls to the center of the galaxy. This is why, okay, the constellations around Sirius, they're called Canis Major. They're called Canis Major. And Canis Major is the dog star. Canis Major is the dog star, okay? Sirius, associated with the god with the dog head, Anubis, okay? Sirius is the Anubis star, God that watches over the dead, that watches over the physical realm, guides the souls from 3D, okay, 4D and 5D, okay? That's Anubis. And then when you mix the words Orion with Sirius, you get Osiris, okay? Because Osiris is the father. Osiris is the father of Anubis. Okay, Anubis, that's why, okay, it's called the dog star, because Anubis, the god with the dog head, he guides the souls to the afterlife. Okay? Orion, Sirius, the words Orion and Sirius give you Osiris right here. Okay, right here. Sirius, Orion, Osiris. Okay? Very deep. This is why the pyramids were built all over the world. The pyramids keep Stargate portals open on this earth. Let me repeat. The pyramids keep the Stargate portals on this earth open. This is why the government has tried to destroy the pyramid structures multiple times. They have tried to blow up the pyramids in Sudan and the pyramids in Egypt as well, and it has not worked. It has not worked, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's the power of Oregon energy. Okay, the energy that binds electromagnetic forces all over the universe. That's what these pyramids emit. They emit the Oregon energy that comes from the core of the earth. Okay, the inner sun of the earth. Okay, and the government tried to blow them up to shut off the Stargate locations around the world. It didn't work. Okay, Stargate locations around the earth are holes, are little holes in the Van Allen belt, over the earth. Okay, very, very important information. So in order to activate this Merkaba properly, we have to have light hearts. Okay, we have to have light hearts. We all have to be vibrating on the universal frequency, because when you say universe, that means one verse. What is a verse? A verse is a vibration. A verse comes from a song, and a song is a vibration. So when you say universe, you're saying one song, one vibration, the cymatic vibration that's being emitted by the universe, by every galaxy. Okay, we all have to be vibrating on that same frequency. You see? And when you put water under this cymatic vibration, it takes up the same image as the turtle shell. Okay, because this is a depiction of this celestial turtle god known as Maturin. Okay, that's the god of the macroverse. Okay, connected to the Kemetic god Ptah and the Haitian voodoo god known as Dambala. Okay, very, very, very deep information. So, like I said, the heart chakra is the true mind of the soul's essence, the true battery charge of the soul. It's what binds the higher self with the lower self. It binds both counter-rotating fields of electromagnetic energy. The heart chakra binds that and keeps that running. And it is the judger. It is the great balancer and the great judger of our soul's essence. It's our own heart chakra. And this is so important because, a lot of this information, and, in the so-called conscious community, it's very important. You know what I'm saying? Very important information. But I just want people to know that when we were all kids, okay, I want you to think back to when you were about 5 to 10 years old. Okay, I want you to think back to when you were 5 to 10 years old. If it wasn't for TV, your parents' influence, okay? If it wasn't for TV and your parents' influence, and we put all kids together, okay, of all different races, in the same area, they're all gonna play together. They're all gonna laugh together. They're all gonna have fun together. Okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say on my comment section. I don't give a good goddamn. Okay? Because the more I get in tune with myself, the more I get in tune with the cosmic creator, with the universe, with the universal frequency. Okay? We have to start judging people on the frequency of their heart chakra. Okay? On the frequency of their heart chakra, and where they're at in their mind and where they're at in their heart. That's where we have to start judging people. Okay? Because only 2% of the globe's population is running the whole world. Only 2%. Okay? So it's definitely a power thing. It's a power thing. It's a class thing. Okay? And I do know that mostly melanated people are at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay? All I'm saying is, as a collective, we have to start coming together on a united front and start taking up, okay, the heart of a child. We need to have childlike hearts. We have to start coming together, people all across the world, because, ladies and gentlemen, these people that are running the show, okay, that have real power. See, I'm not talking about no goddamn mini police force over a city. No, 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 no. I'm talking about people who actually dictate foreign policy. I'm talking about people who dictate whether the economy is going to crash tomorrow or not. I'm talking about people who dictate, okay, whether certain people are going to be able to starve in their country or whether they're going to have access to food and water. I'm talking about people with that kind of power. See what I'm saying? Because I'm a root puller, I'm not a leaf cutter. Okay? So I like to get to the heart of the problem, the root of the problem. And the best way for humanity to do that, to get to the root of the problem, is to unite with one another, regardless of race. I'm telling you right now, that is a true indication that you are lighthearted. Okay? Because like I said, if we put children together without their parents' influence, without the media indoctrination, without the TV influence, they're all going to laugh together. They're all going to play together in harmony as one. Okay? And like I said, you can deny it. You can try to deny it if you want. You see what I'm saying? But it's the God's honest truth. It is the God's honest truth, ladies and gentlemen. Hate is taught. Hate is taught. Children come into this earth pure. Children come into this earth pure. I don't give a good goddamn what anybody has to say. Hatred, animosity, bigotry, you see what I'm saying? Racism and prejudice, that's all taught. That's all taught, people. And there's no way you can deny that. So the children have light hearts. The children, okay, carry innocence, light hearts, light-hearted souls. Okay? That's why the government wants to consume their energy, because it's pure. That's why the demons and the archons want to consume their energy and parasite off of them, because they are pure. They haven't been tainted. They haven't been tainted with hate. Okay? They have pure light hearts. And if we want to activate our Merkaba light ship properly, we're going to have to go back to being a child again, okay? With a pure light heart, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, that's all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One Man. I'm out.